It's all about the moves you make. Step back, kids, back in the building. We talking this morning about the LA Lakers and how the GM continues to build a roster that is pretty much almost the cheapest but bestest group of folks you can get on the market. That's what the GM is doing right now, in my opinion. I know they got a scouting team that's helping out, but look at the pickups and look how it makes sense. LeBron James, Anthony Davis, these are the focals for the Lake Show. You gotta respect them. You know these guys are superstars, not all-stars, superstars. Those two are enough to contend with anything. They've proven it with championship upon championship, right? So this is what LeBron James, Anthony Davis bring to the table. This summer, they add on Montrezl Harrell. They sneak in Dennis Schrader. These guys kind of on the cheap. Schrader, I would say, a former player that from the Atlanta Hawks who was trending to be, I'm going to say, he was trending to be an all-star. There's no doubt about it. Schrader on the Atlanta Hawks was a dog. If you didn't watch him there. He had the ball in his hands, green lighted. He was going. All right. They add those two on. They add a vet in Wesley Matthews. All right. Kyle Kuzma still in the play. A guy that could potentially become something from a borderline all-star to sixth man of the year. I see a lot of potential still in Kyle Kuzma, and he got a big contract too. The other guy, the development guy, right? The guy out of nowhere, the guy that was drafted that had me scratching my head, Taylor Horton Tucker. I was like, man, who is this guy? What are they doing? Now seeing him play, they got to steal. This guy is another dog, another potential six man. See, nowadays, that six man role is like a starter role at the end of the day. You get much respect and it's much needed. All right. So I think what I'm seeing here is the continual development of players on the cheap. And then you have the two big money guys. So why am I going here? They get injuries, right? The one big acquisition that I didn't talk about was Marcus Saul. Huge, old player, but hey, has range, one of the most top offensively skilled big men in the last 10 years, okay? If you saw Jokic now, just think about Marcus Saul a couple years back. No offense. He didn't have I'm not going to say, he didn't have the passing ability of Jokic, maybe a little bit less mobility, but scoring-wise in the paint, the ability to score in many different angles, Marc Gasol was there. Matter of fact, Marc Gasol probably birthed Jokic at the end of the day. So Marc Gasol, they add him, but he's injured. They're struggling in one aspect in the game, right? As we look at everything, we look at the stat line. Defensively, they're strong, but they're missing the edges that they had last year in McGee and Mr. Dwight Howard. All right, those guys left off, made some new moves. Everyone's talking about they need to sign another big. And everyone's saying, well, maybe a Cousins, maybe a Drummond. I mean, there's several guys that are maybe coming on market. LaMarcus Aldridge, but he's not a defensive guy. You know, all these guys that could potentially be coming on market. All right. What do they go do? All right. You say I should grab DeMarcus Cousins from a defensive perspective after losing McGee and Mr. Dwight Howard? No. Okay. Do you say, should I go get, LaMarcus Aldridge? That's a no-go, right? So now, what do you do next? Shit. Hey, they play the game right, man. Damian Jones, almost 7-footer, who I've seen dunk to the sky on the Atlanta Hawks, dunk to the sky with the Golden State Warriors, extreme athleticism, and I'm looking, why isn't this kid not playing more? The GM strikes again. 10-day contract for this kid. Re-signed to a second 10-day contract. He's making moves, making noise, has the leaping ability, and with vision like LeBron James, I hate to keep dragging the nutballs there, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. With that type of court vision, Damian Jones, welcome home. Signs with the Lakers, incredible pickup, a younger player, has more legs underneath him, and doesn't need the ball because they don't even have enough balls to go around. With Taylor Horton Tucker, Kuzma, James, and Mr. AD, when he comes back, there's enough mouths to feed from a scoring perspective. Those guys give you 80, 90 a night. Then you add on Schrader and Markieff. Sheesh. Forget about it. I mean, the game is won for this team. Incredible pickup and much respect. Now, where do they land, right? So we talking all this jazz, and I'm just gonna go to my favorite, my CBS Sports. You know what it is, man. CBS Sports. Everyone talking about ESPN, blah 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 blah. At the end of the day, man, CBS Sports, even though it's a little ghetto-fied and old school, it does the job, my homies. Let's get there to the Lakers squad real quick and take a peek at the stat line, and we looked at the roster. So on top of that, right, when you look at the depth charts, let's get there. I like doing this real time so y'all can do it too, man. So Kentas Atakuhupo has not played, right? He's another guy that's out there. But you got Harrell, you got Kuzma, you got Saul, then you're adding Damian Jones. I mean, Lord have mercy on me. Kill me, please. What more can I say? I mean, it's tough. And if you get Costas playing in any realm like his brother, any realm, scary. One piece I would like to add on to this is, even though you got Schrader and Caruso there, I am a little leery about the shooting guard position. All right? I'm a little leery. I know Wes Matthews is there. Could you add on one more piece there? Could you add on another point guard piece to back up Schrader, right? Schrader and Caruso are there. I get it. Is there another piece? I would say a guard. They had Dion Waiters last year, but he wasn't defensive minded. Waiters, I believe, is still available. Don't think he would hurt. I'm going to be straight up. Don't think he would hurt this team. Guys like that, a guard. I think they need another guard. All right, one more. He may play only 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 2 minutes, whatever. Just have him there. You never know. You need that backup. I think they're solid at small forward, but a little bit of age there. But they got McKinney. Got to trust in him. Dudley's always been there. I mean, so that's another interesting slot, but definitely at guard, I would like to see some upgrades. The center position, congrats. They may add one more, but I don't think it's needed, right? I would add another athletic freak. So they got one in Damian Jones, maybe another freak. But for me, extended moves that make sense. Look at their conference record. They're third overall with all the injuries. And this is an exciting back end for the Los Angeles Lakers as we look to them to try to make another run. The competition is thick. I know it, all right? The competition is thick. However, this is an opportunity and definitely a chance for them to extend their championship rings if Damian Jones and the rest, Taylor Tucker, come along. Great moves for them. This is a talk about finding cheap talent and utilizing them and making them look better because you have an all-star. This is a word of advice for some other teams out there that's looking for big names. Sometimes you don't need that. Sometimes you just need some young bulls, some young legs that could jump. And if you got a superstar talent, the rest will fall in place. I'm going to sign off here. Step back, kids. Where do the Lakers end up? I think they stay here, third or second place, and then they'll make a run. Again, need another guard. Gerald Green's available. Dion Waiters, somebody like that. I think just add them on. Peace. I'm out.